only was successful in becoming, one of the more popular or populated places in our state because of its position at the Ohio River. Without the Ohio River, American slavery would not have seen as much of its success that it did. And we think about a really bold decision that Muhammad tells us he made. He tells us that he goes to that Second Street Bridge after coming home with the gold medal from the Rome Olympics and tossing that medal into the water, never being found again. That is all because he comes home and everyone loves him. Like, thank you so much, you're our nation's son, you brought us the gold medal, we love you so much that you're gonna go try to get some food at a restaurant really close to where you live and be denied service because of the color of your skin.
Being an athlete, and my goal is to be an Olympian and even winning an Olympic gold medal and coming back and people being like,
yeah, people being not accepted.
It's just crazy just to think about it from an athlete standpoint, not even just as a regular human being. And there's so much pride that comes with it and the work that he puts in. And obviously it wasn't just an athlete, he was an artist. And just to think that you do so much, you work so hard, you don't even want the accomplishments, you just want, like a good job, we're human, right? Acknowledgement. So it's crazy to think that he kept going and did so much when people didn't even acknowledge what he was doing.
These are 6 core principles that Muhammad, as he reflected on the way that he lived his life, he said, these are 6 things that were extremely representative, and they're what I want to leave as my legacy. Those 6 core principles are spirituality, respect, conviction, dedication, and confidence.
The video just said, he is so good, he can literally, if he was white, he would be considered the all-American white boy, like the encompassing person, but just because he was black, he was seen as a defiant person just because of the color of his skin as to what category he fit into. I thought that was very interesting.
This particular pavilion, he really wanted us to say, how are we connected, not how are we different?
I think nowadays we're trying to define our differences a lot more in categories of religion, sexuality, everything, you know what I mean? I think that we're trying to define so much that we're trying to create divides, which is kind of opposite of what we should be doing.
I think we all have a high need for individuality, what makes me different, what makes me unique. And that's really comes from ego, because at the end of the day, we're all humans.
Inspiring and trying to help the freshmen grow. The people that's younger than me grow, people that will be here no longer when I graduate. I think that's the biggest thing, and that keeps things rolling. And not really what you give them, but what you leave in people is always really good. And I think that's the biggest thing.
Just using the sport and who he was in his presence to impact the world it's bigger than just a sport. It's bigger than boxing. It lives longer than him in general. He passed away and he's still talked about in art, in sport, in so many different aspects because of what he did when he was alive, and the fact that he did things without acknowledgement. He didn't have this until 2005, and look at everything he's been through before then. You know what I mean? He didn't do it for the accolades, right? He did it just because he was out of the goodness of his own heart. So just that it's bigger than sport, and it's about his 6 core principles as well.